Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. Please excuse if I look a little puffy. I have been crying. Jessica, why? I mean, do you need an explanation? Look around you. There are many reasons. Take a guess. Hey, Nini, do you want to say hello before you take a little nap? You want to say hello? Say hello. Say hello to the peoples. Say, Mommy woke me up and moved me from the bed to in here. You look a little red, Pookie. Say hello. Oh, you look a little red on your tum-tum. You sleepy? He's sleepy. Okay. There you go. You lay down. So, as you can see in the thumbnail, I said, is publishing doomed? And you're like, Jessica, are you being hyperbolic? I mean, am I? Also, if I still sound congested, I am coming off of a cold. Amen. It's finally, I'm almost free. I'm almost free. It has been a long week. The question of is publishing doomed? I already had questions about the state of publishing before the topics of this video were a thing, because of the last couple of years of so much focus being on the art, like literally the cover art for these books, the special editions, the character art, the marketing, and less on the inside of the book. So there have been so many stories that have come out, especially from authors of various identities and marginalizations that sound so amazing. Great premises, and then you see the art and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the story is and I feel that a lot of the problem is not that, oh, we already had this story, because at this point we're not publishing anything new. It's really just kind of like everyone putting their spin on it. Maybe your characters are a little bit different, but like the struggles, the themes, there's only so many, right? But if you get it right and you have the right time and care and teams behind you, you can really write an amazing story even in today. But I feel that premises are great, and they're not getting the developmental edits that they need. And this is not on the editors, this is on the publishing houses as a whole, because I know already that people who work in publishing are so underpaid and overworked, and I know that they've eliminated a lot of rules. So there's probably just not enough people in general to edit these books. I also feel like the timelines have gotten a lot slimmer. Like I feel like it used to be in a fantasy series that a book would come out and it was normal for several years to pass before you got another one. And now it's very much the book comes out, when is the next one? And I'm not like, look, I have done that, being like, oh my God, I need the next one. But I am willing to wait if that means that we get a better story because the author got time to edit and think about things and go back through things and the team got time to develop it. But I feel like we're on this, like, for fantasy especially, every year, sometimes same year, crazy dog, releases is really been detrimental to the quality of the story. And that is not even the focus of this video. That is just thoughts I already had from myself reading recent releases, especially fantasy, in the last couple of years. And now we have this new threat, which is not a threat, it's a thing. Like it's a thing. And so I have multiple examples of this. And of course it is AI, artificial intelligence, which has come to destroy everything that we love. AI has its place. Obviously, it's not like it's just now bursting on the scene, but it's really taking over art. Not just visual art, but writing. Things like ChatGPT, and not even art, it's just taking over. I see so many people say post things. Let's say talk about TikTok. Like, how do I figure out what I should eat or workout schedule? And we're like, well, just go type it in chat GPT. I beg for you to use your brains or just use Google, because there's so many people from various backgrounds doing various things who all have examples of things that they do that you could take and adapt to yourself. It's literally becoming, why think? Just use AI. And I can't find a job. Get ChatGPT to write your resume. Or maybe the job industry should fix how they filter through candidates. Have you thought about that as a solution? I'm just really frustrated. And I feel like it's going to be this thing where people are like, oh, do you think you're better than me because you don't use AI? You don't use ChatGPT? You don't use Midjourney? Actually, yes, I do. I do. And I don't think I'm better than a lot of people in a lot of things. I'm not very talented in anything. I'm not an excellent writer. I know my resume needs work. So many things, but yeah, I don't use those things. And so I do think that I'm better than you. And now we can enter the caveats of and this is for people with a disability or something like that. I'm not talking about that. Talking about a regular person who has the ability to think for themselves and do things for themselves, and they're just like, I'm gonna take a shortcut. So don't give me that bullshit in the comments that people love to be like, but what about, shut up, you know that's not what I mean. You know that's not what I mean. Stop it. As a person in the fanfiction world, it is also disgustingly very popular. I think in my last AI video, which I will link, I showed a clip, I think it was for Akatar, where someone used AI to make like a video and then also to voice the characters, and I've been seeing more of those and I am sick. It sickens me every time. No, it's not cool. Do y'all not have an imagination? Can you not read words on a page and just imagine it in your head? Do you need some fucking weird AI mashup of stolen art to make this little weird artificial video of a book or a fan fiction you read for you to be able to picture it? Oh my God. If you do, I don't care. Fuck you. You don't need that shit. Like, that makes me so mad. It makes me so bad. Also, using people's voices in AI when they did not consent for that, I'm sick. I'm sick. Anyway, I'm sorry. Jessica, how does this have to do with publishing? Well, unfortunately, I here have 3 examples. So the first one is HarperCollins. We know HarperCollins, big publisher. And apparently, let me go back to my tabs. They want to allow tech firms to use their books to train AI models. So this is an article from November 19th of this year. So it says that HarperCollins has reached an agreement with an artificial intelligence technology company to allow limited use of select nonfiction backlist titles for training AI models to improve model quality and performance. While we believe this deal is attractive, we respect the various views of our authors, and they have the choice to opt into the agreement or to pass on the opportunity. Oh, God. This says the terms are non-negotiable and have been agreed to by several hundred authors. It also says that HarperCollins has been required to keep the company's I think that's wrong. They've been required to keep the company's identity confidential, but the agency has good reason to believe it is a major and respected company. Editing Jessica here because I'm going to go ahead and spoil something for the rest of the video. When looking up the stuff for something that comes later, Microsoft, and then I found another article. So anyway, it appears the company that HarperCollins is working with is Microsoft. So this article I found in the Medium says Microsoft has entered into a significant partnership with HarperCollins, marking a pivotal move in the realm of AI development and copyright licensing. The agreement grants Microsoft access to HarperCollins' vast library of books, allowing the tech giant to use this content for training its AI models. This deal underscores the growing trend of publishers licensing their intellectual property to AI companies, setting a precedent for future collaborations in the publishing and tech sectors.
As part of the agreement, Microsoft will have access to a wide range of books published by HarperCollins for the purpose of enhancing its AI models. This includes the use of these texts to train machine learning systems, helping improve the accuracy and capabilities of Microsoft's AI. This move aligns with Microsoft's broader strategy to integrate AI into various products and services while also addressing the need for diverse, high-quality datasets to advance machine learning technologies. The deal also allows Microsoft to incorporate a wealth of knowledge from a wide range of genres, from fiction to nonfiction, into its AI systems. The partnership highlights the increasing reliance on large data sets to fine-tune AI models, ensuring they can process and understand complex language patterns, nuances, and subject matters from various fields. So the first article said that it was just nonfiction from HarperCollins. So I'm not sure if that's true, but also that article also said that an author who wrote children's fiction had been offered the deal. So doesn't seem like that is the thing. I have linked the full article down below. But it says the partnership between Microsoft and HarperCollins could serve as a model for future collaborations between publishers and AI developers. By licensing books for AI training purposes, publishers can ensure that their content is being used responsibly, while also benefiting from the growing demand for AI technology. This approach not only ensures that publishers retain control over their intellectual property, but also provides AI companies with the data necessary to improve their systems. As the AI industry continues to expand, this type of collaboration could become more common, reshaping how content is licensed and used in the digital age. I hate it here.
This has an author that was who revealed last week he had been offered $2,500 for permission to use one of his books published by HarperCollins to train AI models. But this says that the deal is supposed to be for nonfiction titles, but his book is a children's fiction book. HarperCollins has a long history of innovation and experimentation with new business models, the company said in its statement. Part of our role is to present authors with opportunities for their consideration while simultaneously protecting the underlying value of their works and our shared revenue and royalty streams. This agreement, with its limited scope and clear guardrails around model output that respects authors' rights, does that. In April, it was announced that HarperCollins would partner with AI audio company 11 Labs to produce audiobooks for its foreign language business that would not otherwise be created. At the time, the publisher said that while it would continue to devote time and resources to voice actor-led productions, AI would be leveraged as a complementary tool to enable a broader number of audiobooks for backlist series, books, and non-English markets. Reading this just made me upset. Like, I genuinely, as a lover of books, I really hate all of this. I love a really good audiobook. A really great audio narrator is that is a talent. That is something a skill that they hone, and it changes the story when you have a really great narrator composed to a really shitty one. Or I meant compared to a really shitty one, and then thinking of an AI one, I know it's not just a plain robotic voice anymore because they've been able to take people's voices and turn them into things, but I don't understand why so many people are so okay with this. Have we not read the books about the things in the future when robots take over? Have we not seen the movies? Did we not learn a lesson from Jurassic Park? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Apparently, not enough people care. And why am I surprised? Because money. They can produce more with less money because nobody wants to pay anybody anymore. And it was already hard enough to make a living as an author, as an audiobook narrator, if you're not one of the really well-known ones. And they just want to, So that's just one, that's HarperCollins. So there's that. And I want to be mad at the authors who have agreed, but I understand in this very expensive world that we live in, this capitalist hellscape where everything gets more expensive except people's wages, that you would be like, well, I could use $2,500. That might be your rent, groceries, power bill. I understand. I'm so mad. I understand, but I'm still upset about it. And then we have Microsoft. So Microsoft now has an AI publishing imprint company. I don't know what you want to call it.
Okay, just a quick correction, and to be fair, that the article I was referencing, the person just assumes, they think from that this is an AI imprint, but that hasn't been explicitly stated by Microsoft. I'll show some examples, but basically he's going off of their announcement to be training from HarperCollins books with their AI model. Also, the sparseness of the website, the first book, who it's being published by, and the book also talks about AI and how some of their like mission statement, how it's written feels either very terribly written or something that AI would put together. So again, this is a hypothesis, a large gander, a guess, but I don't think it's far stretched. It's not like out of the realm of possibility.
It's called 8080 Books or 8080, I don't know. So it's supposed to be its very own publishing imprint, nonfiction imprint that will publish original research, ideas, and insights at the intersection of science, technology, and business. Its first title, No Prize for Pessimism by Sam whoever, Silent, I don't know, Deputy Chief Technology Officer at Microsoft, was published this week. Its next title, Platform Mindset by Marcus Fontoro, will be available for the end of the year. I somehow feel it makes me feel even ickier. Like all AI created, enhanced, whatever, edited books. Blech. But thinking that you're going to take research to make nonfiction books using AI. Why is your name on it? Is it your research? This person's article, it's on Medium, I'll link it below, says that they looked on their webpage for 8080 Books that has a header pitch, an overview of their debut book, and a link to what they call their charter, a mission statement detailing how they see the imprint and contributing to the world of publishing. So they said their charter needs some TLC. Right off the bat, as a former editor, I will say I have a few concerns with how the charter begins. This is their opening paragraph. Books matter. In a deluge of data, in a bloat of blogs, a sea of social, and a maelstrom of email, books will always matter.
So in a second, I'm going to give a few of the reasons that the author of the article is guessing that this imprint is going to be very much an AI imprint. And then I went to the website, if you can call it that, and I was reading the charter or whatever their mission statement, and I think it's important to read to you, so I'm going to do that. And and part of it, I'm going to be like, pay attention to this because it's going to come into play in the third thing that I'm talking about.
So Microsoft's AI training agreement with HarperCollins gives them access to nonfiction and backlist titles, Microsoft being unable or unwilling to discuss either the name of the AI platform being trained or whether it will be used to generate book content, Microsoft announcing a book publishing imprint within days of this agreement going public, and 8080 Books also focusing primarily on nonfiction titles.
Okay, it is kind of long, but I'm gonna read it to you. Why a book imprint? Books matter. In a deluge of data, in a bloat of blogs, a sea of social, and a maelstrom of email, books will also always matter. They matter more than ever, especially when they can be produced and distributed more quickly than traditional publishing. They offer human intimacy at scale. That's what happens when a writer speaks directly to a reader on the page. They impart very precise knowledge and wisdom. Books build empathy. That's what happens when a writer has the time and space to choose exactly the right word and phrase to communicate an idea. It's what happens when a reader truly connects with the writer. We are especially interested in new and non-traditional writers and thinkers at 8080 Books. I just think it's very important to pay attention to what they're saying with the getting books out more quickly than traditional publishing. And when a writer has the time and space to choose exactly the right word, some of the same things you will see later on, but just pay attention to what they're saying. Computing has become an essential ingredient in almost every endeavor on our planet. As students both of Microsoft and technology, our goal with 8080 Books is to publish original research, ideas, and insights at the intersection of science, technology, and business, and in doing so, help advance the discourse and debate. Our initial focus for titles includes technology in the future, business process and productivity, and societal priorities and law, ethics, and policy. Creating, building, and sustaining an idea or argument over tens of thousands of words while holding a reader's interest is not the same as dashing off an email, a post, a video, or even a speech. A book anticipates counter-arguments, skepticism, and is unafraid of calling bullshit on the current take of the day. Books require a different writer and a different reader than short form. Books offer permanence and substance for future scholars, educators, and historians to capture a moment in time. This has been true for as long as humans have written, first for a handful of readers and later for millions. Technologies have always been an instigator. The invention of the mechanical clock led to the invention of time-based musical notation, which hastened the spread of music and musical innovations. The printing press led to the proliferation of printed products like books. Technologies changed the philosophical discourse. Telephones, televisions, and the internet did that. And now AI is doing that. The Industrial Revolution came hand in hand with the Enlightenment. Subsequent technological revolutions required revisiting philosophical and ethical principles. We aim to bring forward great content, but we also seek to accelerate the publishing process, shortening the lag between the final manuscript and the book's arrival in the marketplace. We seek to hasten the diffusion of knowledge. We are impatient and time sensitive. Technology has quickened the pace of almost every industry except publishing. This means that book-sized writing about tech transformations arrives after conventional wisdom has begun to gel. We don't have all of the answers, but we know that more important ideas and arguments can travel faster than they do at the moment. Can they travel too fast? Of course. That already happens in abundance, but we seek to strike the right balance. We plan to test and experiment with the latest tech to accelerate and democratize book publishing. We are customer zero for Microsoft Tech. We are building a rigorous editorial process. Spot meritorious ideas and arguments fast, often from non-traditional authors, assist with manuscript development, invite internal and external reviews, live up to style and substance standards, and use the latest tech to assist in doing these things. Financially, we will cover the cost of utilizing publishing professionals and donate the remaining revenue to nonprofits through Microsoft philanthropies. Relevant books service our corporate mission. Anyone and everyone are future readers and writers. That said, we anticipate that many of our readers and writers will come from these places: current, former, and future Microsofties. Ew. Customers and partners, researchers and policymakers. We don't pretend to be independent, but we recognize the importance of interdependence in our company, community, ecosystem, and economy. As such, we value the freedom, purpose, and education of our authors and readers. In many cases, our publishing will be an alternative to larger publishers with less focus. We will also seek to reissue significant works and out-of-print books that are relevant to our communities. Microsoft's love for books dates to its earliest days. We've long maintained a professional library that every employee can access. Microsoft Encarta was one of the first digital books, and Microsoft Press has published quality instructional books for generations. Our road ahead is to identify leading edge voices, ideas, trends, needs, and yes, concerns to inform our very deep and very wide readership across all industries and sectors. We'd like to hear from you. What have we missed or overlooked in our charter for 8080 Books? Oh, I will email you, Greg Shaw, Steve Clayton. This statement is so similar to the one I'm going to go to next, but I know I keep saying the same thing over, but it's really bothering me that they think the problem is that we need more books and faster. And I understand what they're trying to say about like new technologies arise and the information only comes later, but like sometimes you should wait because something comes out, a book is published citing how wonderful it is, and then all of this other shit happens after the technology has been used or we see the other impacts of it, and then people write a more well-rounded book about it. Maybe that's a good thing. I think there are some things that we need to be like get out as fast as possible, and I really don't think for the most part that books need to be one of those. I also really hate that they said Microsofties. That made my stomach hurt. I don't like that at all. And I just find it strange. I'm not saying that Microsoft, obviously they talk about Encarta and Microsoft Press, but it's their we seek to hasten the diffusion of knowledge. We are impatient and time sensitive, and I don't think these things go together. And so with that, also talking about technology, and now AI is doing that, talking about that the importance of that, I can see why this person thinks that this imprint will be very, if not, completely AI, very reliant on it, and gross. 0 out of 10. Don't recommend, don't like, boo, hiss, tomato, tomato, tomato.
The last one I want to talk about for this video is, this is an article from the bookseller that I will put down below. I don't know, I was already feeling emotional about other things in life, and then this is making me, I'm not gonna cry on camera, but I'm just getting so upset. New publisher, Spines, aims to disrupt industry by using AI to publish 8,000 books in 2025 alone. This is an article from November 25th. You'll see it. You'll see these dudes who are the founders. So it was founded in 2021, but they just published their first titles this year. It's a startup technology business, which for a fee is offering the use of AI to proofread, produce, publish, and distribute books. The company charges up to $5,000 a book, but it can take just 3 weeks to go from a manuscript to a published title. This sounds great, doesn't it? Spines isn't the only tech firm trying to make its mark on publishing. So again, talking about Microsoft launched its own imprint, 8080 Books. Yeah. This says ByteDance, the company behind TikTok, announced it will start selling print books in bookshops from early next year, published under its own imprint, Eighth Note Press. Spines recently secured $16 million in Series A funding and claims to have so far published 273 titles in September 2024, 33 of which were published on the same day. We want to publish up to 8,000 books next year. The goal is to help 1 million authors publish their books. The publishing industry has been and is and will be, it will never be fair or equal because it's run by people for now. For a long time, if you were a person of any ethnicity, race, outside of white, any marginalization, queer, all these things, very hard to be published. That's obviously not as difficult these days, but still, there are roadblocks. However, publishing a book is not a human right. Everyone who says they want to write a book, it doesn't mean it, like, they're saying this as if this is about healthcare. We want to approve 1 million healthcare claims in a year. Now, that's different. This is not food. This is not clean water. Those are things, those are human rights that people should have access to. Those are things that should be a guarantee and not a question. Publishing a book, I'm so sorry, is not one of them. Many people may want to do that. That does not mean that your writing is good, that the world needs your story. When I hear stuff like that, like, oh, well, AI marketing and using AI means that more people, do we need that? Like, I understand there are great storytellers out there who probably are working another job or, didn't get enough for a book deal, and so they couldn't continue. All of these variables. But publishing a book is not a human right. We don't need that to survive. Like, we actually don't. You don't either. So that is what I'm like. What do you mean 1 million authors published? We don't need that. No, we actually, this might be a hot take, need less. We need less stories published. We need it to be slower. We need more developmental time by human eyes. We need teams that are made up of various peoples from varying backgrounds to insert their input. Okay? That's what we need. We don't need a bunch of dudes who look white. I don't know their ethnicity. White presenting dudes to be like, yeah, let's pump out all these books. No thanks. No thank you, actually. Also, I am no ecologist, environmentalist, climate scientist. I'm none of those things. But I have read enough to know already technology is a burden on the environment. To power, to internet, data centers, all of that stuff. You remember when we were yelling about Bitcoin and the authors who were involved in that whole Bitcoin mess and the environmental impacts of Bitcoin, and what was that other thing? Was it just Bitcoin? Whatever that was, right? AI is terrible for the environment. It's worse than just doing a regular Google search or just typing something into a browser. AI pulls so much more energy, which means more water to power these fucking data centers. So not only are you just adding shitty ass books to the already super saturated market, you're also destroying the environment. What the fuck? How are we going backwards? How are we going backwards? Oh, capitalism! I keep forgetting. But truly, it's just like, I'm so sorry. Everybody doesn't deserve to be a singer. Everybody doesn't, everybody is not talented. I don't know what to tell you. I used to want to be an author when I was little. I'm not a good writer. I don't have the patience. I don't have to know. I like story ideas, and I'm like, ooh, I hope somebody writes that. If you want to write, you love writing, you want to write a story, go write a fucking fan fiction. I'm sorry. It's just not this would be well, this is going to help everybody make a music album. No, we don't need that. There's already enough untalented people who are famous. We don't need any more. This also says Simon & Schuster owned Dutch publisher was trialing the use of AI to translate a limited number of its titles into English. That sounds like a disaster. Translation is not type it into Google Translate and get a book. Yikes. This says Spines is focused on speed. They claim their platform can reduce the time it takes to publish a book from 6 to 18 months to 2 to 3 weeks. Oh my fucking God. He claimed authors are willing to pay tens of thousands on publishing services for self-published books, but Spines cost $1,200 to $5,000 to automate proofreading, cover design, metadata optimization, and limited translation services starting with Spanish. This is so bad. This is so bad. Authors pay for the publishing service and they retain 100% of their royalties as well as rights to their words once their books are in the world, which looks like self-publishing. But Spines isn't self-publishing, it's not a traditional publisher, and it's not a vanity publisher. We are a publishing platform. That's a new concept. And we readers will go, no, surely not. No authors are going to do that. Again, money. Capitalism, again, rules everything and ruins everything. So yes, people will do this. I will go through links to make sure I do not read a book that was created by an AI company. If I somehow am bamboozled, led astray, hoodwinked, I'm gonna lose my mind. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh! Next on Spine's distribution hit list is audio that can clone the voices of authors. Our platform can also create an audiobook version using synthetic voice. Soon we will add a feature that clones the author's own voice. That's not released yet. We're still working on it. Oh. We want AI to do the washing up for us, not paint the Sistine Chapel. We need humans and human skills for nuance, and there's a huge amount that goes into developmental editing process that simply can't be replicated with AI. And I don't think you'd want to anyway, as you risk losing some of the magic. Okay, well, you just said the AI was doing the editing, so who's doing the developmental edits if it's not the AI? I am upset. I have many feelings, and there's always certain amounts of nuance, certain things we can consider, certain caveats that can be mentioned and okay, yes, that's valid. However, I am still a proponent that AI is the worst in this way, in stealing art from artists and creating these fugly ass images that people. I saw a bitch on fucking Instagram talking about link to her Ko-fi or a Patreon, something about thing, and all the stuff was AI. Bitch, who was paying you for shit you made from Mid-Journey? And every app you're on now is like some little twinkle, some little star to use their AI. I don't want to use that. Of course, I would love to hear your thoughts. Please discuss amongst yourselves in the comments. Keep it cute, keep it respectful. But this is bad. We are in the bad place for numerous reasons. This doesn't really fit with the theme, but I just need to say this. I don't know how to fit it into a video because I have like other video ideas, but I don't know how it fits into something else. But I saw this on TikTok and I thought this was a self-published book, and I just have to mention it here because I'm already mad. So I'm gonna be mad here. Okay, the book is called If Not For My Baby. I'm gonna insert it here, but Kate Golden. Kate Golden has other books. She is the author of A Promise of Period, A Dawn of Onyx, A Reign of Rose. Okay. This is being published by Berkeley. Okay. But it's essentially a Hosier fanfic. A self-insert Hosier fanfic. It's very weird. I don't know where this person got this screenshot from. But anyway, on her TikTok, it has...
Not trying to be shady or like steal the person's content. You can see her TikTok at. It wasn't a good screen grab of their face. So if you want to go see the full video, there's their TikTok at. I can link it below also, but that's why I blacked them out.
Rockstar romance, okay, late night sexting, inspired by Hosier. He falls first. Inspired by Hosier. That looks just... I mean, he don't look as good as Andrew, but... It's weird. Main male character takes care of two drunk female character. Hopeless romantic guy and doesn't believe in love girl. Irish accent. Is that a trope? Is Irish accent a trope? I don't know why it's written like that. That's making me feel strange. Found family on a tour bus. Okay, but wait. Get your hands off her. At least it's not touch her and die, because we really have to stop using that so willy-nilly. But is this not strange? I think it's strange. The summary says, it's the duet of a lifetime when a rock star and his backup singer find a new kind of harmony off stage in this sensational contemporary romance. Clementine Clark, terrible name, so sorry, isn't looking for love. Growing up with a single mom who weeps over a new guy each week tends to have that effect on a girl. But Clementine doesn't mind being the rational one. She's even buried her musical dreams so deeply within herself that she hardly notices the hole that's left in her life. That is until her best friend calls her for a life-changing opportunity to join Irish megastar Halloran on his first U.S. tour as a backing vocalist. Clementine wants to reject the offer, but the pay is enough to change her and her mom's life. Overnight, Clementine goes from serving enchiladas at the Happy Tortilla to belting high notes before a cheering crowd. But the whiplash of trading small-town Texas for sold-out stadiums is nothing compared to the rush of performing with the enigmatic Thomas Patrick Halloran. Poet, introvert, and lyrical genius, Halloran quickly gets under Clementine's skin. The two couldn't see the world more differently, and yet, over the course of the next 8 weeks on tour, the romantic rock star might just strike an unforgettable chord in Clementine. But will it be enough for an encore? I'm uncomfortable! When I saw this on TikTok, I was like, oh, this must be just like self-published. No. Traditionally published. I have questions. And you may read it, you may think it's good, but I still have questions. I think it's strange. Irish accent is listed. Why is that listed like a trope? Why is that listed like a trope? What is that? I want to know how it's written. I feel like it's going to be weird. I don't know. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. I won't, not too much, but I think it's strange. I don't know. I don't know why people can't just write a fanfic shit and keep it moving, but you know. Well, You know, that's it for me. I was going to talk about the banning of TikTok, but I think I'm going to do a separate video because I have a lot of thoughts on that. And this caused a lot of emotion. So that's going to be it. Again, keep it cute and respectful in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. AI sucks. It's bad. It's terrible. It ruins everything. Capitalism is the devil. We're in the bad place. Or I hate it here. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Also, if you were curious about my Trova trip, I am so fucking pumped. It's sold out. I cannot fucking believe that. Speaking of Irish singers, we're going to Ireland. However, comment if you were interested, didn't get to make it. You can put your name on the wait list if, you know, for some reason someone has to back out. It is not till next October, so you can add yourself to the wait list. But yeah, I'm so excited. Anyway, stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreened. I will see you in the next one. Bye.